the slogan, "One God in one pot." Now, God here is a word for a mummy of a sacred bird, an ibis. And when we looked inside some of the pots from Saqqara, we found there was hardly anything in them. Maybe sand, maybe a stone, something that weighed enough, but that certainly wasn't the mummy of a sacred bird. People at the cult had been swindling pilgrims to the site, and this had come out, and this was one of the scandals that needed to be put right by the authorities. I think in the case of an empty pot, or something with sand in it, you can be fairly sure that they're swindling people. Sometimes what they did was to pick up a handful of old ibis bones and put them into a pot. There I think they're not necessarily swindling people. All of these bones belong to the world of the gods. They're sacred in a way, and presumably the gods in the next world can always sort out which bone belongs to
What's going on, everybody?
as part of a
Here, let me turn this TV down.
So they're
I'm
simply
trying to get
extracting
this
the
shit
gods
set up
are
on
bits
the
that are left over from the rest of the
laptop, so I can read it easier that way. Swag Dad, what's up? Jeff Rubin's here. Bear is here. Rockamoss. No, they'll be coming in here shortly. Bear is here. What's up, everybody? Still trying to get this shit set up. Like I told you, I'm not all that savvy. Scrap Metal, what's up? I'm not all that savvy with the technology of this shit. I'm trying to find. Need to turn that down. So this is just going to be a kind of a hit or miss. I mean, Humble's got his stuff to do tonight with his daughter. I'm trying to find me on here, but I think I need to switch back over. That's why I had that secondary account. So I think I need to actually switch back over on my tablet. And go to another. How the hell do I do this? Shit, I ain't got a freaking clue. I might just have to, read this through the phone. I don't know if I'm going to be able to figure this out. No, because right now I have this. I have my tablet set up for, under my account. And, my phone is set up under my account. That's why Jeff helped me, make a secondary account. Because I'm trying to find me live on my own thing on here, and I can't find me nowhere. Even when I search myself, it doesn't come up. No, that's bringing me into. All right, go to the live. All right. Oh, shit! I think I did it. Oh, Humble, you'd be so proud of me. All right, awesome. All right, I found myself on my own tablet, so I'm going to be able to read you from there. Wow, look at me. I'm a big boy now. Holy shit. But, yeah, I got a bunch of little pieces I'm going to be setting up tonight. Like I said, Humble is going to be with his daughters tonight. He's got a nice little surprise for them. I'm not sure what he is, what's going on. But, that's his business with his family and his daughters. So, I'm going to be setting up some more little pew-pew. I'm going to be setting those up. I've got this beautiful little Ujima piece. These ones I'm not going to be able to do yet. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me grab a pen here. It'll be easier to show you. But you see how dark that is inside there? That's a negative draft. So I'm probably going to have to trim this hair back. Or I'm going to have to put some clay in there. Or one or the other. Probably both of them, actually. Because if I stick this in the sand, all that sand is going to stick right inside there, and it's going to come out and it's going to be full. So I got to find a negative draft. So I'm going to have to trim this back just a little bit, and probably put a little bit of clay inside there. Give her a nice little hairdo. But she's a hottie. The rest of it looks great. It needs a little. Whoop! Fucking fumble fingers. You know me, I drop everything. But you can see here on the bottom, it's got like little circles and stuff like that. That all needs to get sanded off, cleaned off. It's got certain lines. There's lines. I don't know if you can see them or not, but there's lines on the chest. So if I don't get rid of those now, those are going to come up in the pour, and I'm going to have to get rid of them later. So I'd rather do it now and be done with it. So this is going to take me a little bit. So I'm not going to be setting her up tonight, but like I said, I got some pew-pews that have to go out. I'm going to do the Iwo Jima. And I definitely have to do the Eagle. And I've got several, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 casts sitting there. So I'm going to be making multiples of these. This one, I'm probably just going to set up one for now, just to see how it comes up. I still gotta take off all this stuff. I got some nice fresh new razor blades, so I'm gonna be able to pull that off of there. So how's everybody doing tonight? All right, we got Rocca, we have Jeff, we have Emerald Coast, we have Kevin Hawthorne, Investable Collectibles. Let's check you out. Channel activity. 5 years ago. Oh yeah, you're cool. So we can smurf you up. Alright, so we're gonna make you blue investable. Let's go back down through here. Muscle Shells here. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Swag Dad. Looking good. This looks like we're dropping. Everybody's getting bored. Well, that's not my issue. Yeah, I don't know how it came in, Swag Dad. I was just looking back, but on a Sunday, I was like, holy shit, really? But they were on my doorstep this morning. Down to 3. Man, everybody's really getting bored. Oh, there we go. We go back up. So you must be bouncing around back and forth, seeing what's going on. I'm just going to get some molds set up. Let's get a little bit more of a table angle for you. Where you can see what's going on. Get rid of some of this stuff out of the way. Which one y'all want me to start with? You want to do this one? You want to do this one? You want to do this one? I just did roll call. Alright, so I'm going to clean some of this stuff off of here because I need a little bit of a work area. I'm going to leave one of my little ladies up there. Get this stuff out of the way. Come over here. Oh shit, that's freaking heavy. Alright, these have all been pew pew. Alright, why don't I start with that one? We'll get these two out of here. So we're actually going to be starting from scratch here. So everybody can figure out and watch, how I do this stuff. Hope you all are cool with that. No, I can't get Sundays off. I'm lucky I've got this time off. But I do have tomorrow off. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to set up everything, get everything ready, and then tomorrow I'm going to do a pour, get all these done. I'm going to teach you a little something. Don't worry about it. You are in Mr. Wizard's laboratory right now. Alright, first thing we're going to do. Where's my spoon? Where's my spoon? Alright, there's my spoon. I usually use this as my quenching pail. But for right now, it's just going to be collecting the nasty dirt out. Alright, so this is from, one of the other pours. We're going to get rid of all that. We've got to get rid of all the black. I'm going to get rid of all of it. If this had a lot of powder or something on it, I would clean that off too. The other side, usually scrape it down. This is going to be like a cheat pour. I got some other ones that'll be doing that's going to be an actual start from scratch. But this one's here. We're just going to do a little bit of cheating. I'm going to take all that out of there. Get rid of any powder that might be on there. Y'all still with me? Alaskan, what's up, buddy? Yeah, sometimes this is a nice little cheat. Alright, so we got rid of all that shit. And I got my good dirt right here in my bin. Let me get some gloves. Don't get too nasty here. I've got a bag of gloves here somewhere. And here's a couple. That'll work. I got a bunch of gloves here somewhere. This is not anything that's really necessary. I mean, it's not... There's nothing dangerous about the sand. It's just... It's oily, it's dirty. It's a pain in the ass to wash off your hands. Kind of like when you do making meatballs or making a meatloaf. It just fucking sticks all over the place. It's a pain in the ass. Alright, we're still ticking. Okay. Alright, let's get some new dirt. like I said, I'm going to cheat like hell. So I'm just going to take some new dirt. I'm going to lay that right in there. Spread her out. And I'm going to do this on the other side as well. This right now is just, I want to start the mold. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my little baby here. Let's get rid of all that stuff on the top. Make it flat. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's from one of my, that's from my tumbler. That's a little bead from my tumbler. Alright, don't need that. So we're just going to get rid of that real quick. I'm probably going to bang the camera a little while, so that's just the way it's going to be. Alright, so we're going to have that nice and somewhat flat. I mean, we ain't got to get too specific with it right now. Alright, now we need to decide where we want to pour from. I like pouring from here on the bottom, because that way, you know, this is like on a down slope. Everything is on like a down slope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it this way. That way I can come in from the handle this way. So we're just going to give that a little bit of a press. Not much, just a little bit. Now we're going to flip her over. Give her a nice little push. We don't have much here on the top half. I'm going to get rid of that black stuff. Get rid of that garbage. Throw that back in the little container. I'm going to take some nice new dirt. I'm going to put it right on the top. Alright, now I'm probably going to knock you over a little bit because I got to stand up. This is when you do CPR. I'm going to push all that stuff in there. Nice and tight. Breathe, baby, breathe. Come on. Stay with me, honey. I know you can do it. Alright, now I'm going to take a nice little roll. And we're going to roll all that in there. Nice and tight. Don't worry about anything that's going to fall off the top. It's not a big deal. Alright, now that should be in there nice and tight. Now we're going to take another pass right here. And it doesn't really matter what you use. I mean, I used to use a knife. Anything that's nice and flat, it'll give you the nice clean surface. And when you do a cheat like this, you're going to want to do it a couple times. Alright, so that looks good. Nice flat spot. Let's get rid of that. Any little Klingons that are hanging on there. We'll stick that all over there. So now you can see that it's in there nice and tight. Alright, now I'm going to find my little tool here. I got a couple favorites that I use all the time. I've got a huge clay set, but a lot of times I'll only use a few of them. So I'm going to come down here, just make a little divot. Y'all seeing that? Okay. Making sure. Going to make a nice little edge all the way around because I need to get to that trigger. All the way down to the barrel. Because I want this side of the mold to fill in all the stuff that I'm pulling out right now. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't pull out. That's what she said. This is when I usually trash my entire desk. But, you know, it's freaking hot as hell in the garage right now. And I got AC here. So that works a little. Keep that all nice and clean. Looks like we got a good base all the way around. This is going to go out further, so I ain't got to worry too much about that. But this is how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. This stuff, it takes a little bit of time, takes a little bit of work. I mean, it has to be something you want to do. I mean, you just can't come in here and decide, oh, I'm just going to make a mold. No. You have to know how things work. You have to know about negative draft, how everything is going to come out at the end. See, now, you see how that looks a lot more perfect? Now, when I do this other side here, I'm going to clean all this stuff up. I'm going to take some new dirt and I'm going to put it right on top of here. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this right now, and I have a special little brushy brush. Don't worry about the man behind the camera. I'm telling you, all night long. Where's my brush? Oh, there's my brush. All right, I'm good. Now we're just going to take some cornstarch, baby powder. I mean, we're going to give a nice liberal dose right there on the top, all the way around it. There we go. All right, now all I'm going to do is I'm going to swish this all around here, but I'm going to do it in my garbage can because I don't want freaking powder all over my room. I'm going to have enough dirt on the floor to clean up, but you'll see in a second. Pushing it in there, making sure that all the little edges around there. Shit. All right, so that's what I wind up with. Nice powder base. Everything won't stick anymore. You know, the sand that I'm going to put on top of here is the little pistol itself is covered in powder now, so it won't stick to that either. So now I'm going to make sure that I got this clean enough. I don't like, looks like I've got a little bump on here. So I'm going to try to clean that off. See that? You want it nice and even and flat. Nice and even. all the way around. See how that's working? You're starting to follow me a little bit? Katita, what's going on? How you doing, hon? Alright, so we know that's going to go there a little bit. So I'm going to indent this. I'm going to push it. Because I know that's where we're going. Now if you look at it the way this is. Alright, so I need to go a little bit more here. And like I said, I'm going to be doing the same thing on the other side. Because I'm going to put a little bit of dirt on here. And then I'm going to push it over. And then I'm going to pack it down really, really good. Because I've already got all my powder on this side. Alright. So I'm going to just push this stuff aside. And I'm just going to go for some new dirt. Nice and clean. Never been used. Well, barely used. I try to keep anything old away from my new stuff. Alright, so that looks like it'll work pretty good. Give her a little pat. Don't want to go crazy with it because I want the impression to build in on the other side. Alright, so now that I got that, I'm going to slightly knock this off. And I got a little divot there. I want to try to fill that in a little bit. I don't want to do a hard pack because I want it to be able to make the impression when I flip it over. So, you can see that, this is all like still kind of soft. It's not hardcore packed like anything up here. Y'all enjoying this or what? I hope you're enjoying it. Because I got a bunch of these to do. I got 6 molds. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little bit because I have a void. And put that on top there. Because I dug out all that other dirt. See, now this side has got all the flour, the cornstarch or baby powder, whatever you want to call it. So all this dirt is going to stick really, really good right to there. Right? Need to stand my ass back up again. I'm going to give it one good push. And you can see, sometimes when you do it, you can see like a little hump come up. But this is a small piece. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go back into the CPR. I'm going to slide you over here just a whisker. Bring it back over so you can see. Because I need some pushing room. It takes a little bit of pressure. I used to use a hammer. But I was talking to Ginger one day, because he was always rolling. He's like, if you hammer it too much, he says you can offset it. He says when you want a piece like perfectly split in half, if you start hammering it, you can move that piece inside. It'll still come out, but it won't come out the way you want. He says so. He said he found rolling is a lot easier. And I've been doing that since. I mean, Ginger's smart. He knows his shit. I learned a lot from him, and I learned a lot from Capital Currency. Capital Currency was a big help to me, too. Because when I first started doing this stuff, I didn't have a freaking clue. I mean, I did this in high school one time. I have a background of making molds, fiberglass molds, so I know about negative draft and all that stuff. But, I had a little bit of an insight, but I learned a lot from these guys. You can learn a lot from everybody on this channel. If you watch what they're doing, seeing what's going on, everybody's got some unique little piece of advice. And they'll be like, hey, this is the way it's done. Some of these guys have been doing this shit for years. So they know some of the tricks of the trades and the insights and how to make shit happen, right? Alright, I think that's going to be nice and rolled out. It should be nice and tight in there. Let's get rid of some of the stuff on the top. Get rid of that. All those little extra pieces we ain't gonna need. Take this, stick it over here in the corner. Try to be as clean as I can. Like I said, I got tomorrow off, so I can do some cleaning tomorrow, and we'll do some pouring tomorrow as well. But now this should be set up. This should pull apart really, really sweet. So we're gonna see what happens here. This bond. It's a nice oily sand. Alright, so let's alright, I want to do, let me do this, let me do the top. Can you all see that? Alright, so we're going to pop this baby apart. Nice and straight up. Now you see how all the stuff that I dug out on this half is all right there. It makes a nice little ledge all the way around. So I got a really nice cast of this. This is looking really good. This is going to be a nice piece. So now we're going to have to make some vents. I'm going to get a couple more tools. Shiny's here. What's up? Omega. Hey, buddy. Opal Rose. What's up, honey? We need to get you blued up. Let's smurf you up. Alright, honey. You're blue. Now you can go check out everybody and sub up to everybody's channel. Alright, now I need, let's see which one I want here. Because I need to make a good sized vent. I like this little one here. I think it works good. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I need to make a draw, because this is where I'm going to be pouring into. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to pull that down. None of that matters. You can't get crazy with it. You want a good size vent, but you don't want to have to use so much freaking silver, to fill a pour or a port. So I'm going to make sure that I go in there. You're getting this, right? All right. Yeah, I'm at a good angle here. So I'm going to go in there and take everything off of that bottom. So you should be able to see a nice shiny bottom. See that? Got a nice shiny bottom right there. So when I pour this, everything is going to go right into the handle. We're going to make some vents. I'm going to push down anything that's loose, because that loose stuff could actually bust off while you're pouring and go straight into your mold. So we want to pack all that down nice and tight. I think I'm got a nice spot here. And I'm going to do this on the other side as well. So I think I'm doing really good right here. Now y'all see why this stuff takes a while. I mean, you could sit here and set up pours for hours. You know, everybody thinks you just stick it in there, and this and that. Now, my next issue is I need ports. I need air ports. Not like a plane, but I need air to be pushed out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to push down. I'm not going to drag, because when you start dragging it, you're going to wind up with something that looks like this. Everything bubbles up on the side. You see that? That part doesn't matter. So it's no big deal. But you want to push, and I'm definitely want to hit, where the hammer is right there. Because I want that to come out. Especially this one here. I mean, this is going uphill a little bit. So we're going to get in there and push that down. Push it, not pull it. Don't pull. Never pull. Push. I hope you all are enjoying this. I know it's probably not as fun as the Humble Show, or the Metal Mob Show right now, but I mean, I think this is pretty cool. I think we're having a good night. A lot of people have been asking me about, how do you do pours? How do you set it up? And I told you all, I got no problems. I will show you every little trick that I know. All right, so this side, I pretty much feel is done. But I'm going to put just one more little vent right here. Just because. You see how that popped up a little bit? You can just pack it down. And do her again. You want to go right to the edge. Alright, so I would say this side of the mold is absolutely done. Oh, thanks, Ramo. I appreciate you. Alright, now I'm going to do the same thing over on this side. Now let me show you how to make little trees. You just go dot 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 dot. No, I'm just kidding. You remember him? The PBS channel? He was a badass Marine too. Now he's got a good story to him. Happy trees. Yep, happy little trees. Let's make some happy little trees. That man was supposed to be a badass. I mean, for a long time they said it was Mr. Rogers. And I think even Mr. Rogers was in the military too, but the painting dude, he was a badass. Alright, so now we got a nice little port. So when I put this back together, I don't know if you can see it or not, but you're gonna have a nice hole. So you can see the bottom of the handle right there. So that's nice. Looking good. Now, just like I did on the other side, I'm gonna go with these the hammer, and like I said, push it, push it, push it, push it. Don't pull, don't pull. That we can get rid of because it doesn't matter. You can bust up shit here. It doesn't freaking matter. You don't want to bust up anything around the edge. So you got to be really careful. Happy trees. Don't they look so pretty? All my happy trees. I love my happy trees. All right, where did I did off the top? So let's do that. Littlefoot is in the house. Hey, Littlefoot. What's going on, my brother? We're just setting up some molds. Gonna be doing some pouring tomorrow. Get some vents going on here. All right, I would consider that a done mold. Like I said, this shit don't matter. It's what is right there. You want it perfect. And look at that. And when you can look at it and you can actually see like it's almost 3D, you know you got a good mold. So now comes the tough part. Sometimes I do it with tape. It depends on the size of what it is. A lot of times you can put tape on it and pull it out. But sometimes it's easier just to wiggle it like an old tooth. See, I got the handle just lifting up a little bit. All right, now I'm going to come over here, use my finger as a lever. All right, she looks like she's ready to pop. Pop the tooth. There you go. See, look at that. That looks beautiful. Got a nice imprint of the pattern of the handles. That's all in there. Looking good. All right, so that's one. I need to do several of these. So I'm going to just carefully put this back together. Not put a whole lot of pressure on it because I don't want anything to push out. But like I said, you can see inside there, I got a nice hole. Nice pouring hole. So I'm going to set this aside. Let me get this somewhere safe so I don't have to frickin' worry about it. Give me 1 second. Let me move some shit around here. I kind of pulled everything, straight towards me. So now I got myself blocked in. All right, so that's one. Put it over here. All right, let's grab another one. All right, we got another mold. This one, what the hell is this? Oh, this was the failed eagle. Wah, wah, wah. Alright, so we're going to have to start over. Space Miner, what's going on? How you doing? So glad y'all stopped in tonight. This is awesome. This one, we're going to start from scratch. So I'm going to just dump this into my... Sorry, told you I'm going to be kicking you around all night long. I'm going to stick this in the other side of my bin here. We're just going to start from scratch with that one. We're not going to do a cheater. There's too much of a mess going on there. So we're going to get my dirty bucket. Let's scrape this crap out of here. This one I'm doing different this time. The reason I had that big hole on the other side of this mold because I tried to pour from the outside in instead of using the vent. So I'm gonna do this totally different. I knew I should have just freaking done it the original way that I wanted to, but I thought it might come out nicer, you know, and be less cleanup, but you know, that's what happens when you start thinking. Yeah, Alaskan, I'm sorry to hear about your loss. I saw that and you had the poem up and everything. I was like, oh, dude, no. All right, so I got that pretty. I got that pretty good right there. So let's get this out of here. Get this table. Well, so far we're 1 for 1. I don't know how long we're gonna. Holy shit, that took like 46 minutes just to do that. All right, so this is the bottom one. This is where you usually start from. This time I'm gonna go right back with the eagle. This mold, I fucked it up, but we're gonna go right back to it. And all right, so I'm gonna take some nice soft dirt like I did before. I'm gonna rub it in there. And we want it soft. We don't want to pack it too much. You know, just like the other one. We want it nice and soft so it can. The piece is going to be able to make its imprint. You know, because we're going to come back. We're going to push it from the other side. You know, just like we did the other one. Now, one thing I usually do. I didn't do it with that little pistol. But something like this that's got a little bit bigger. See, look at how that. See how that sand is already like starting to stick in there. We got to stop that. We don't want sand sticking to the mold. That's what the powder is for. But this one here, what I'm going to do, I'm not just going to, you know, hit it with this powder here. What I'm going to do, got a little bag. Nice little bag of white powder. This is for entertainment use only. It's nothing good anyway. You don't want to get into this. Yeah, it's kind of like a talcum powder. It's just cornstarch, baby powder. I mean, all you need is like a nice fine powder. You can see how it's got all in there. But what I'm going to do is dust it off a little bit with my special little shaving brush. Damn, getting dirt all over the floor. I don't care. Because you know what? I'm in the AC right now. I don't freaking care. I'll worry about the rest of the shit tomorrow. So I still got a nice coat on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out which direction. I think I'm going to come in my pour from right here. I want to keep the bird's beak down. That way, when the silver comes in from here, it'll follow all down through here and hit the beak. So we're going to take her, bring you over here, the whisker. That's about where I'm going to put it. I'm going to make sure I'm pretty much lined up right here with the vent. We're just going to give her a nice little press. Just a small one. See? Hopefully she don't slip out. There we go. All right. Back up to do some CPR. Give a nice push. Let's pack her in there. Is John here? John, you must be loving this right now. These are your pieces I'm making. Well, I got your original one over here. I still got to clean it, but you know, you got that pew pew coming, but I got a bunch of other people who are looking for them. I got a bunch of people looking for the Eagle, so I'm going to be making multiples of these tonight. And then hopefully I should be able to get to the Iwo Jima at least, and, you know, I want to do the Marine symbol too. Alright, now I got a nice little indent there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this older dirt, because it doesn't matter on this side. The only thing that matters is the clean side on this side. So this older dirt can just get put right on top and used for a backfill. And it's looking good already. You know, when I flipped it over, you saw it. Looks like she's in there nice and tight. All right, let's give her a nice roll. I'll get with you all in just a second and go through your comments, see if you have any questions or anything else that you want to ask, or just give me 1 minute. Let me get this side cleaned up. All right, looks good, looks good. Get that little garbage out of there. Off the edge, off the edge. Bam. Oh, she fell out already. But look at how fucking beautiful that looks. Oh my God, that looks freaking awesome. Woo-hoo, baby. You seeing that? Look at that. That's a perfect fallout. But unfortunately, I got to put her back in, because we got to do the other side. All right, so we're going to do this very carefully. Let's get this freaking crap out of the way. See, when something pops out of the mold just like that, and you don't have to tug on it or nothing like that, that is absolutely beautiful. That's exactly what you want to happen. That is perfect. Now this is nice and flat. Now remember how I went around with the little Colt? I went around all this. I don't have to do that here, because we're going to have a nice flat back. We don't have to worry about this. So what we're going to do, man, oh my God, that's fucking awesome. That came out so great. That came out freaking perfect. When you see that, you know this is going to be great. This is going to come out freaking absolutely beautiful. All right, so we're going to take, just like we did before, we take a little powder, throw it on the top. Nice right wing, because I don't do anything liberal. I'm going to rub that in there. All right, there she is. She's got a nice coat, so nothing's going to stick. What's it going to weigh? Yeah, it's definitely probably going to be over 2 ounce, Littlefoot. You know, I would definitely think so. Remote viewer, thank you very much. Yeah, it is a great impression. That came out perfect. You when you do this kind of stuff, that's what you want to see. I mean, it pulled out of there perfectly. That means the silver is going to go in there perfectly. Nothing is locked up. Nothing is, So now what we're going to do is we're going to take, this is how you originally start, from the get go. So now I'm going to take some nice new dirt. Man, I knew I said I was going to stop for a second and hit the chat, but I'm getting excited. This is freaking coming out awesome. I want this to come out so good for John. He was so nice to buy this and send it to me for nothing. Well, except for the fact that he's going to get the first one. Now that we have a nice base in there, I can use up all this stuff that I have under my desk. So we can get rid of this. Because this is all backfill. So all this can go right in there. You use the very good sand, clay, whatever you want to call it, Petrobond, for the very face of it. I used to run it through a strainer, but this stuff is pretty much brand new. It's hardly been used. And I try to keep it separate. But a lot of other times I'll take it and I'll run it through just some screen. Like those round cooking screens that you drain grease through and all that stuff. You just throw a bunch of Petrobond in there and you just swirl your fingers around and it comes out like a nice powder on the top of your piece. But when it's brand new, you don't really have to worry about that. That's for stuff that's older, that you've already used. But I keep my older stuff on one side of my bin and the new stuff on the other side. Alright, so now we're going to get into a little bit more of a CPR stance once again. Come on, baby, breathe. Breathe, baby, breathe. You can do it. I'm going to bring you to life. Yeah, I know I'm a dork. I don't care. I'm having fun. Alright, I think that's going to be good. Because this side, it only has to be flat. It doesn't have to be, pick up any major details. It just needs to be flat. So we're going to come in here. Knock all that stuff off of there. Alright. Looking awesome. Looking so freaking good. Try to get this shit out of the way. Save that and use that for the next one. Alright, this one here, because I haven't done anything with it yet, I'm just going to make a nice little pack on the inside. Just want to stick your finger in there a little bit, pack it down nice and tight. No, furnace is going to be going tomorrow. Littlefoot. I'm already an hour in, and I've only done 1.5 molds, and I got a lot more to go. But I have tomorrow off, so I will definitely be doing some more work tomorrow. All right, let's pop this baby open. It'll be nice, easy. See, nice and flat. It's got a little bit of an indentation. You know, that works. That can stay. We don't have to take that away. Let's see if she pops back out. Oh, popped right out. Look at that. Look at that beauty. You can see it, and you can see the wings. You can see everything. This is gonna be so fucking sweet. I am so stoked over this. This is gonna be awesome. All right, now I need my little puller. We're gonna start here. No, because the end of the wing, I can work with. You seeing this? Okay, you're seeing it. Just the very end of the wing, because I can always taper it down afterwards and make it pretty. So we're gonna get enough of a pocket right there, because you want enough silver. You don't want to have a huge, sprue on it, but you need to have enough weight to push, because you got to realize when you're pouring here, you need to have enough weight on the top to push everything down into all these little cracks and crevices. Otherwise, you wind up with, something that's half full. And believe me, I've totally freaking screwed the pooch on so many molds. I think I'm getting pretty good at it now. I've learned from enough mistakes. All right, I think that'll be enough of a port, because I'll put a little bit on the other side as well. I'll come over here. You can see where that is. So I'm going to come over here and do a little bit as well. And this one, I can actually do a little bit deeper, because it's going to be flat on the back half. Uh-oh. I almost felt a push through. Oh, I almost pushed through. Jackass. That's why you're supposed to keep it on the table. You don't hold it up straight. But this side is going to be the back half, so it doesn't matter, because I'm going to sand it smooth anyway. All right, so we got that going for us, as Bill Murray says. All right, now I'm definitely going to come right here at the bottom. Do a nice indent. I'm going to make this deep. So it's going to take me several tries, because I have a very short span right there. So I want it to at least be deep enough, because it's so short. And I'm definitely going to come off of this flower. This looks like this is the olive branch or whatever. I believe this is the olive branch, and that's the spears. So I'm definitely going to come in here. See how that's lifted? That's not what you want. You want to push. I got this. I got my tool turned a little bit too much, so we can just pack that down. I'm getting a little anxious. I'm getting a little excited. All right, that looks good. That looks good. What's everybody saying out there? Well, I hope you're finding this interesting at least. You know, I've always told you I will show you every little trick that there is. I won't hold anything back. And I'm going to go up the tail too, just in case. All right, that looks good. I'm actually, you know, you can never have too many air vents, you know, because one thing you don't want is you don't want your silver to come pouring down here. It's going to hit this, drop down here, and create an air bubble up here because all the silver is coming down and it's got no way to escape. So the silver will not come back up. So we're going to put some air vents on the top as well. That's just plain mathematics right there. You don't want an air bubble getting trapped in there. Air vents are not going to hurt. The more air vents, the better, because you can basically take a pair of cutting pliers later and just pink, snip them off. And then you just hit it a little bit with a die grinder. Do one right on the top of the head as well. Make sure we got good ventilation. Because like I said, you know, these can pop right off. A lot of times you can just, you know, fold them back and forth and they'll pop off. But I'm going to even add another one right here on the top of this wing. Just because this is a special piece for me. This is coming out perfect. I want John to be really happy with this. You know, he was so nice to buy this piece and send it to me. And he's got another one as well. He says, if you want that one, you can have that one too. I said, I only need one. I said, just let me keep it. I said, because I got other people who want it. I said, you get the first one free because you bought it for me. Me and John we go a ways back. Right, buddy? You in there? You still in there? Sorry, I ain't been paying attention. Deneen, what's up, honey? How you doing? Bellows. I know Gatita's here, Raka, everybody. Appreciate you so much for coming in. All right. I am thinking that is a wrap for this one. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that freaking looks awesome. Look at that. When it looks 3D, like it's looking at you, I mean, this thing came out freaking nice. I am really happy with this one. And let's see if we can do it again. All right, so we're going to close this baby up very carefully. Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbit. All right, let me put this one over here. Grab another. Ugh. Stand my ass up. All right, we got another one. What we got going on here? Oh, that was the middle finger. That was this baby. That's the pore that came out of it. The original, I've already brought it back to the owner at my my shipping place. All right, so I am going to go reset my mold, and I'll be right back. Y'all just have a chat. Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to Uncle Donnie's work. How's everybody doing? Let's catch up with chat here. See how everybody's doing. So far, everything's been going pretty good. I mean, we got two nice molds set up. Harlow, how you doing? I'm gonna take a couple minute break here and just sit down and talk for a bit. See how everybody's doing. All right, have I missed any questions? I know it was kind of hard for me to do what I'm doing. You know, I think I've caught a few questions, about what I was using. It was Petrobond. But if you came up with questions that I did not answer, now would be the time to speak up or forever hold your fucking peace. This is kind of like a little learning session. Everybody was a little bit interested in what's going on, so I'm going to be doing these most of the night. So I don't expect everybody to, hang out. I'll do like 2 hours, maybe a little over. So the next one I want to do, I'm going to do the Iwo Jima. I want to definitely get this one done. Did you know your name in a I produce song? Yeah, I have a song. I can't play it for you. Um, I would actually have to send it to my laptop, but it's called Silver and Fire. I have a song. Humble, what's going on, buddy? Got some good freaking molds coming out tonight, man. I've never used a ceramic crucible. I've always used graphite. I like the little graphite ones because once you get them nice cherry red hot, I mean you can just pour and pour and pour it, knock it out, throw it in the water, another one, knock it out, throw it in the water. I mean, once you got something that's already in there hot at 1100 degrees Celsius, you ain't got to worry about water being in it anymore. So, you can just pour and pour and pour. When you originally sit down to do a pour into a graphite mold, you want to hit it with a nice torch, MAP gas or something like that, or even just a regular propane torch. You want to get it nice and hot, make sure there's no moisture in it, because that shit can crack, it can pop. I've had silver explode on me. I've had silver one time. I was gonna make some shot, and I tipped it too hard into that pail that I'm using right now, my quencher. I dumped it into there too fast. That son of a bitch sounded like a shotgun went off. I was like, holy shit. So, I mean, when you're dealing with something that hot and water at the same time, you got to be very freaking careful. I appreciate you, Humble. Yeah, I'm just taking a couple minute break here. Got some, I got some nice pew pew. I did a nice little pew, and I did the eagle. It came out fucking beautiful. Well, at least the mold did. I'm gonna pour everything tomorrow. Yeah, Bear. This is not a joke. I mean, this stuff can seriously go bad in a heartbeat. Yeah, Kaleo, that was from John from Renee and me. This is actually It looks like the same exact one that Humble has on his desk. Furvids, what's going on? We gotta blue you up. All right, you're blue, my friend. But yeah, this is the same one that Humble had on his desk, and John is like, he wanted me to pour it, and I'm like, no. I said, capital currency. That was his pour. I said, but if you find another one that looks just like it, I said that's open game. So he came up with this one, and he sent it to me, and he sent me the little Colt. So he gets, one of each, and I get to keep these forever and make a lot more pours off of them. Yeah, that's Silver and Fire. Jeff knows the song. Seven Stacks. What's up, honey? Hey, I sent you chips. I sent you chips and stickers. You probably get it this week. I sent out a whole big uh, package. It was like $50 just in regular shipping. Yeah, your sand makes a big deal, and it all depends on the size of what you're pouring too. I mean, I poured this one time, and I did it in a mold this size, so I had very little play whatsoever, and I had this, so the tooth would come out good, and the top pieces here didn't come out good. So I melted it down, and when I went to go re-pour it again, the entire side blew out. I had it standing up, and the entire side blew out and put silver all over my cookie sheet. So when I do something, that thick or that big, now plywood. I got two pieces of plywood, and I'll put them on each side when I put it together, and clamp it with a big C clamp to make sure I don't have any more blowouts. Because that was scary. I mean, that thing just poured silver everywhere. It was a freaking mess. Jeff, I think Jeff was there for that one. He saw that freaking thing pop out. Yeah, that's why you gotta make sure you got a big enough cookie sheet, stuff like that. Even if you can put a little bit of sand or something in the bottom, just to stop it from rolling. Because when it hits that metal, it just like bounces like little tiny beads. So if you put a little bit of sand in the bottom, it's going to take you a while to dig it out, but you can at least save your silver a little bit. But you got to be careful. I mean, this shit's not a joke. I mean, I pulled out a crucible one time, and the entire bottom was gone. It was gone. I lifted it up. It's like, wow, this is freaking light. And I looked. I went to go pour. And I was like, where the hell's the bottom of it? It's still down in the furnace. It broke off perfectly, dropped in the bottom of the furnace, and had all the silver still inside of it. I was like, really, really lucky. So I just shut it down, and I let it cool off. I brought out a new crucible. I popped that thing out, and threw it in there and just kept going. Well, you don't really have to tap off the sand, Swag Dad. I mean, I've done plenty of pours where it's just been still covered in sand, and I throw it in the quench. I just hit it with the toothbrush or something like that, and bam, comes out clean, nice. Yeah, Jeff was like, "Oh, it's fine," but I was missing, like a, a whole top corner here. I could have faked it and just like ground it off and made it look pretty, but I was missing like a good 3/16 up the top. And he's like, "No, it's fine," because the rest of it came out perfect. It came out beautiful. And this bitch is still eluding me. I have not yet been able to get this thing poured. I think this is like the third or fourth time that I've tried, and it just hasn't come out right. But that's an old. I said it was 6 to 7 million year old megalodon tooth. No, it's a smaller one. I mean, there's definitely a lot bigger ones out there that are like the size of a freaking plate. It's a huge shark, but it could have been a younger shark. It could have been a back tooth somewhere. It just got popped out. Who knows? But I think it's pretty damn cool. But I will get you one day. I will get you one of these days. If I don't drop you and break you in half again. T Bird was here for that one. He's like, "Holy shit, dude, you just dropped that, didn't you?" I was like, "Yeah." I dropped it right on the tile floor and it snapped in half. But a little bit of super glue, nobody ever know the difference. Yeah, you remember that, Jeff. I got lucky. I got lucky on that one. I just shut the furnace down for a little bit, let her cool off, pop that little piece of silver right out of the bottom of the crucible. I think Jeff had a long pair of needle nose pliers. We reached down into the furnace, pulled it out, popped it out, threw it back into a new crucible, and kept pouring. All right, all right, I need this. Let's get the dirty bucket back up here. Pull these little babies off to the side. I need my spoon. Need my spoon. This one's. All right, what I'm going to do here. Let me get out of here. This finger was pretty thick, so I think I might just start from scratch. I might just pull all this stuff out because I know this is going to break through the other side. I can already feel it. There it goes. Get rid of all that burnt stuff. That powder that's left on the top, the residue. Get rid of that. So where are we at? Well, we still got 17 people in here. That's cool. At least some of you like got a little bit of interest. I kind of gave everybody a fair warning of what I was going to be doing. I'm just eating up some time. Humble's busy with his daughters tonight. He said he'd probably stop by, like he did, and just say how do you do and appreciate you, brother, for coming in on there, dropping a like for me. And you gotta figure a lot of times you get garbage, because when you open it up and you lay it on the plate or the cookie sheet, a lot of stuff sticks to it. So you want to get all that crap off of there. You want to be back down to just regular sand. All right, so this one, it's Sunday. Well, technically to me, yeah, it's still Sunday. I forgot I got out early today, so I cut a deal with my boss. Because of the Metal Mob show and everything. It's like I'm not gonna be doing, after 7 o'clock. I said I gotta be home by 7 because I got a show to do. That's when we brought us from midnight to 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. 5 o'clock. Your Pacific time. No, I don't use a hammer. I used to use a hammer, and then I talked to uh, Ginger Stacker, and he was rolling his stuff. He says, when you use a hammer, you can displace it, inside the mold. But if you just roll it, do your push and roll it, it'll come out, more even than what you want because you don't want, if you have a piece that's inside, you don't want it to go, this way because you beat on this side with a hammer, not enough as this side. So I mean, you want it to lay perfectly flat. So if you hit it too much with a hammer, you're going to be tipping it up this way, and you're not going to get it right. You need to have everything equal and level inside that mold. You want a perfect split. All right, let me pop out a couple more gloves here. I know I got a shit ton of gloves here somewhere. I just don't know where the hell I put them all. If I have to get my fingers dirty, I'll get my fingers dirty, but I prefer to wear a pair of gloves. They might be in the garage. I don't know. I got one. Yeah, I'm using a wooden dowel. You know, I know some people actually have gone and getting. This is a small dowel, but it's wide enough to roll across the top here. Obviously it's a wooden dowel, so everything sticks to it. So maybe a PVC pipe would be a little bit better. You might want to put something into your PVC pipe first. Maybe fill it with concrete. That way it doesn't bend, when you're rolling it. So if you keep it nice and solid, pour some concrete into your PVC pipe and then use it that way. Or get a big piece of PVC pipe, like a 3-incher, for like septic or something like that. And then you can roll it that way. Yeah, a lot of people use regular rolling pins for bacon. If you get a nice rolling pin, don't go stealing mama's from the house. You're gonna have to buy your own, or you're gonna have to use that one and go buy her a new one. Yeah, metal pipe would work as well. The metal pipe would actually probably work better than a wooden dowel or anything like that because the wooden dowel it has those little porous grooves and it collects the clay. And you don't want to collect clay. You want it to be nice and smooth. You want it to roll off. So yeah, a nice steel pipe. Crack pipe? No, I don't know nothing about the crack pipes. Aren't they? They're supposed to be glass anyway, so they wouldn't hold up. Roll of silver dollars? No, that's not going to work. Sorry, Catcom. Your roll of silver dollars is going to freaking break apart. There's some pretty good moisture inside this. And this is just the old stuff, but just all this loose stuff. One squeeze. Look at that. So all that is gonna hit your little paper for your silver dollars, and it's gonna just destroy it. All right, now let's get back to business. All right, I'm going to be doing the Ujima. I'm going to come in here and get some good dirt. just like I did last time. Oh shit! I want to start from the other side. That's all right. That can stay there. I want to start with this side because I need it to be nice and flat. And this is going to be a cheater. This will be a cheater. I did this one time. I don't remember who it was. And it's like, oh my god, I never thought about that. I was like, yeah, you just pull out your burnt stuff. You throw some new stuff in there. Make sure you got all your powder out, so you ain't got to worry about it. This one I'm going to do just a light roll, because I'm going to hit it from the other side, just like we did the other ones. Yeah, I'm going to have to be doing some cleanup tomorrow. I don't care. I'm in the AC. We're in fucking Florida. It's like freaking 90 degrees out in the garage, if not more. Too damn hot. All right, so we are going to take all this dirt that I have on my table, and we're going to throw that back up there. All right, so we got, Mr. Todd came in. I know Humble likes you. We're going to have to make you blue. Oak Ridge, we're going to make you blue as well. All right, guys, you should be good to go. Check everybody out. Oh, I appreciate you, Omega. All right, let's go back to my little baggie of white powder. I hope this one comes out as great as the Eagle did. Well, I'm glad that you all are enjoying this. I mean, I know it's not what you expected from the Metal Mob, but, Humble's not here. He's busy with his daughters. He's having a nice time with them. He had a nice surprise for them today. I don't know what it is, but he surprised them with something. So, all right, she's nice and powdered up. We're just gonna take the little brushy brush, and I want to do, like I said, I want to do this over my garbage can, so I'm not making too much of a freaking mess. Because I've done this on my table before, and my entire table was coated with white. So she's looking beautiful. She's got a nice little powder coat on her. Now I need to figure out where I'm going to pour for. Where am I going to pour from? Where should I pour from? Come on, students. I've been showing you this. Where should I pour from? I should pour from this way. Have a nice flat piece that I can just grind off. I'll put a nice little air vent down here. So we're going to set her up this way. You seeing that? All right. We're going to set her up this way. We're just going to do a nice little push. I need to get up for this one. I packed that a little bit more than I wanted to, so I need to Give her a good push in there. All right, that's close enough. So now we're going to take her, we're going to flip her over. Hopefully it doesn't fall out. Beautiful, beautiful. Like I said, here we go again. Back you off just a whisker so I can do my CPR. All right, now see how she popped up? She rounded up. That means that piece is pushed up. See how it's getting flat in there? Make sure we got nothing there. And now we can press. Make everything go down in there nice. Alright, so now we got a nice little concave. That's why we use this stuff. Oh, I got a little black there. Don't want that. That's garbage, garbage, garbage. Don't use that, don't use that. Don't ever use burnt dirt. Can't use burnt dirt. This one should come out nice and sweet, just like the Eagle did. Because it's a flat back as well. I don't have to worry about, 3D on the other side. So we're going to roll this out. See, this is why I don't. This is why I like to wear gloves. I think I got them in the garage. I don't know, but I'm not gonna stop just because they don't want to get my freaking hands dirty, like a little girl. Sorry, ladies, I didn't mean that. All right, so you see, we got a nice flat back. Will she pop? There she goes. She popped. Oh, look at that flag. Look at that. Looking fucking awesome. Alright, so we need to drop her back in there very, very carefully. Oh, that's freaking just like the freaking Eagle. Just like the Eagle, that thing is popping out nice. That is awesome. Can't get no better than that shit. Alright, let's get rid of this here. So this is going to be a flat back. Let me put this over here. Get this crap out of the way. I did a little pound. So let's just get rid of this. And you'll notice, this has got the, you're seeing this, right? Yeah, you're seeing this. Okay. So you notice I got the spikes here on each side. So I can only come down so far. So you don't just like, oh, fuck it, and just come over to the other side. You have to come in here and sweep. Sweep on each side. Alright, so I got a little bit of divot right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack this in just a little bit. And I'm because I'm going to do this from the other side as well. So we're going to break out the powder again. Put a nice right wing amount on there. And like I said, I'm doing this over my garbage can because it's really messy. Alright, so there you go. All dusted off nice. Now I'm going to take this, even though it has a little divot on it, that's okay. Because this side is nice and perfect, flat. It's ready to fall out of there. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to take some of this old dirt. I'm going to put it right on top of there. And we're going to do CPR on this side. Now this is the flat side, so I don't have to worry about any 3D images or details that I got to pull out here, because this only needs to be flat. So I ain't going to get too crazy with it. I don't have to roll it. I'm just going to pack it down really, really good. Alrighty then. Let's see what we got going on here. Do a nice light pull so I don't make ditches. There we go. Nice and clean. Get you over there. Get this crap out of the way. Oh, I know some of you probably just popped in, weren't watching earlier. I got 3 of these from Swag Dad. They're so freaking awesome. I got to do a little bit of work. I think that's going to lock in right here. So I'm going to have to, put a little bit of clay inside. Maybe do a little tiny haircut. So it makes sure she pulls easy. I got 3 of them. I got 3 different sizes. I can't wait to freaking pour these, but I got to do some work on them. Because they do have, lines on them and stuff like that. Like the bottom here, it's got a bunch of little circles on it. So if I don't get rid of those now, it's going to show up in the silver. So I need to file all that down, sand everything down, and, get it ready. But I can't wait to pour this freaking thing. I think it's going to be awesome. Yeah, she's got. I don't care. I think she's still sexy as fuck. If that ghost came to you in the middle of the night, what would you say? I don't know. All right, let's bust this baby open. See what we got going on here. Oh, nice little piece. Like I said, this is going to be a flat back, so it doesn't really matter. You can have a little divot on it. Now let's see if she does the same thing again. Oh, beautiful. When that does that, look at that. You can see it. You can see every aspect of it. You can see the flag. You can see everything. When that comes out and it looks like it is looking at you, that's going to be a sweet pour. I mean, this and the eagle Came out absolutely freaking beautiful. I am so stoked to pour these tomorrow. You know, where are we at? We're almost at an hour and 47 minutes. But I'm gonna be staying up for quite a while tonight doing these. So it's up to you guys if you want to hang out or not. You know, I don't expect you to go, balls ass crazy with me. But I need to get, a bunch of these set up. I need to do multiples on all of them. All right, so now I'm gonna start with my vent on these. Now we have a nice place, right down here in the bottom, that can, I can put on my sander, so we can do, a good sized port. You don't want to get easy, but then we're going to put an air vent up here, at the end of that flag, vent there, this guy's head, a vent there, and probably two small vents coming back up. That way, any air that gets trapped inside of there when you're pouring it from this direction will be have an escape, so you won't wind up with any garbage. Oh damn, this looks freaking good. I am so freaking. I'm getting a boner over this shit. I'm gonna use the big one just to get her set up. Look at that. Pull that stuff off there. Light, light. Push, push. And you can even, if you get it right, you can use the handle, but you don't want to push on any part of the other mold. You can use the handle when you're doing a big divot like this. Put the handle right in there and just let it roll around. Just make sure you don't touch the inside of the mold at all. It's like, now we got one little issue here. I don't know. I think you can see it. You can see where it's rolled over just a little bit. So we're just going to come in here because this is going to be flat. We're just going to knock that right off the top. All right, so that's going to be beautiful. Going to be a nice setup. All right, now like I said, we're going to come off the flag. A nice air vent. And what do I say all the time? Push it. Don't pull it. Don't pull it. Push it. So we're going to next vent there. I'm going to do another one off the other end of the flag. Push it. Push it. Push it. Don't pull it. And I'm going to come off this guy's head. Push it. Now all these are going to be is little tiny silver lines that are coming off of the mold that you can just hit with a pair of snips, cutting pliers, and they're done. And I said I was going to hit. Well, I think that's good there, but I'm going to hit mid-size here. I thought about doing his head, but I think if I just because this is a pretty deep cavity. I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is a pretty deep spot right there. So I think this would be a good place for a nice vent, just to make sure the air comes out. And like I said, you can swipe it, make sure it's nice and flat, and just push, don't pull. Push, don't pull. It takes you a couple times. I mean, this is not a... Alright, that looks good. Now we're going to come right back up here. And I'm going to go from each corner. That way, any air that comes back up is going to have a place to go, enough for the silver to be able to come up and fill the top. Y'all understand what I'm talking about? Just get rid of that. There you go. That part don't really matter. But you can see what I'm saying, right? Because you're gonna dump a bunch of silver in here. All right, so all that silver is gonna come running down here, and it needs an escape. It needs a place to go. Because if it doesn't have the air, doesn't have a place to go, it's not gonna be it's not gonna flow through all these little different pieces. So even if I had all these little perfect little pieces here, I mean, I still got silver flowing in here. If there comes an air bubble, that's what I believe happened with the shark's tooth. I believe there was an air bubble up in the very top, up here in the corner, and it had no escape. So that's why I put outlets, for the air vents up there. That way, all the silver that comes in, all the air that's in there has a way to escape. It's got on the bottom, on the side, on the top. Y'all getting that? You think it's good? This one here, no, I don't think it's going to be a 2 ouncer. I would probably put this about 1.5, maybe 1 3/4. But she came out beautiful. Look at that. A pretty little thing. I think I have a big enough port right there, but I'm gonna help her out just a little bit, just in case. I think you can see it, so I'm just gonna hit a little port here, and just drag that out, because it's gonna be the back half. It doesn't matter, but this will give a little extra room. So that is three in what? 2 hours. But hey, y'all learning something, right? Look at that freaking thing. That's beautiful. You think it's going to need more vents in the flagpole? I don't think so, because the flagpole is actually attached to, their hands. I got 2 vents here already. I think that'll be plenty. I mean, I'm going to have to be careful with the flag, once I pull it out, because that is a tiny little piece of silver that's going to be sitting there. So that's going to be an easy break point. So this is going to have to be tumbled on a very low setting with a bunch of plastic beads. Mr. Todd, thank you very much. I appreciate you. But yeah, I've had so many people, ask me, and it's like I keep telling everybody, I'll teach you whatever you want to know. I got no secrets. I have nothing. I will let you know exactly how to do it. And I had a couple people. It's like, well, just go. I said I got plenty of videos out there. I said just go watch one of my old videos. I said I show you step by step. It's like, oh, we'd like to really see it. I was like, all right, fine. So when Humble said that he couldn't do the show tonight because he was going to be with his girls and and that stuff, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to use this as a pouring setup. I can come up here and show everybody how it's done. Get everything ready for tomorrow because I have tomorrow off. So I'd like to get everything pre-set up first. That way I can, do what I want to do. It's I did 3 molds and it's been 2 hours. That shows you how much time it takes to do all this shit. I mean, this is not a quickie. You just go in there and bang some shit into the fucking dirt, and it's fine. How moist is the sand? It sticks together like clay. I mean, it's not wet or nothing like that, but it's an oil that's inside the sand. You know, it's not water, it's not moisture, it's an oil. That's why it freaking sticks so good to your freaking hands. I've been rubbing on this thing for a freaking couple minutes now, and it ain't gonna come off until I go wash my hands in the sink. It's an oil. Swag Dad, oh, I appreciate that. I hope somebody learned something. This is actually Petrobond sand. They have another one, more for like fine jewelry. Oh God, what the hell's the name of it? Shit, I'm having a moment. I don't remember. I'll remember it in about 10 minutes. You got Petrobond and you have shit. I don't know. I can't remember. Oh, that tastes good. Man, this has been really cool tonight. I'm so glad everybody came in. Held at least a little bit of attention. I'm glad you guys get to learn something. I'm gonna keep going. You know, I'm gonna pour some more. I mean, well, not pour some more, but make some more molds. Um, I'll probably do the USMC next, but I gotta cut off all this freaking crap on the back. But I got some brand new razor blades, so I can do that. I don't know how much y'all want to hang out. No, we're already at 2 hours, but you know, I'm gonna be up here doing it anyway. So if you want to hang out, you know, I'm here for you. No, I wish I could be doing one of these little lovely ladies, but you can see where I'm talking about, how it's indented right in here. Let me show you. See how it's indented right there on both sides? That's going to collect dirt. So when I pull it out, all that dirt is going to be void and missing. So I'm either going to have to pack some clay up in here or do a little bit of a haircut, you know, and try to make it more of a negative draw. Alright, well. Either way, I've been sitting here for 2 hours and I ain't peed once. So I gotta go. I'll be right back. Y'all chat it up. feel so much better. Oh my god, I got so much dirt all over my floor. All right, so what we got going on here? We still got 12. We still got 12 people in here. You're awesome. Looks like we had 35 at the top. That's great. Pang, what's going on, brother? Come to watch the master? No, I'm just joking. So what do you want to do? You want to hang out? You want to do the Marine Corps emblem or what? It'll take me a couple minutes. I gotta cut this shit off. I still got 3 more molds to go yet that are open. I've made 3. I've got 3 more that I can work on. All right, so let's do this shit. See if you can watch Uncle Donnie commit suicide here. I'm just kidding. I'm pretty good with a razor blade. Look at that. Somebody knows what they're doing. I had a lot of practice from this, because this is actually a car emblem. I had a lot of practice when I did body work for a long time. I worked at a Chevy dealership, and we would have, emblems that had to go back on cars, after we painted them, so we'd have to scrape off all the shit and put new tape on it. So this isn't nothing new to me. You don't want to slip because you're actually using quite a bit of pressure. But if you can get it just right, it's kind of like skinning a deer. You got to get it just right. Get it right in there. Right between that fat layer and the skin layer. So you're not cutting into meat. That's my best way to explain it. I don't know if y'all out there ever skinned deer or anything like that. Hogs. There's a sweet spot between the meat and the skin. It's that little fat layer that you want to get into. Oh, it looks pretty damn clean. Need a little bit of finesse. If I really wanted to get picky, I could use some acetone or something like that, but I don't think it's really going to matter because the back half is going to get sanded down anyway. I just don't want that extra thickness. I want it to be as smooth as possible. And once I put it in the powder, you know, the glue residue that's on the back is not going to be a big thing. I just don't back half. It's gonna weigh enough. I don't need to add extra because freaking tape on the back. All right, so that's looking sweet, looking good. I'm just gonna take that. We're gonna throw that right in the magic bag. Let her do her thing. Let that powder get up on there. Let me get this glue off the top here. Don't need that getting into the mold whatsoever. Omega, you're back. Where'd you go? Aren't you paying attention? This is a Marine Corps emblem. I just cut all the glue and stuff off of the back of it because it's actually a car emblem. So I got it sitting in some powder. You know, just regular cornstarch, baby powder. It's what you use on all your pieces so it doesn't stick. I think I got 2 brand new molds over there that I haven't even opened, that I haven't even used yet. I saw somebody the other day. He did a mold, and I've got one of these molds. It's got 4 pegs on it instead of 2 pegs. You know, see how these ones here, they only have, 2 pegs, one on each side. Well, he had a 4-peg mold. He didn't clamp it or nothing. Now I've got 2 of those, I believe, sitting over there that I haven't even used yet. I got one filled with sand. They would have to clean all out, or I can start with a brand new mold. And I think I should start with a brand new mold when it comes to this. What do you think? Brand new, brand new. Never been used mold. I got 2 of them sitting there. Let me give her a little over the garbage can. See, even the back looks good. I'm not worried about that tape because it's going to be a flat piece anyway. So we're just going to make sure she's nice and clean. Yeah, I am definitely going to have to clean my freaking desk and everything tomorrow. Oh my god, I got such a freaking mess going on. See what I do for you people? I love it though. And the best part is, I'm inside. I'm in the AC. I'm not fucking in the garage soaking my ass in sweat. Yeah. You have to clamp your molds. You know, his came out his came out good, but it was something small. But you cannot, do any of these molds like this without having a clamp on it. It has to be clamped because it can separate. No, because when you're pushing that hot silver inside of a mold, it wants to find a place to escape. And the only place you want it to escape is right up to the very top. You don't want it splitting out the sides and making a bunch of, bat wings, on all your molds or something like that. So I didn't say anything. I'm not going to criticize anybody on their own channel, but it's just I thought it was nuts that he didn't clamp it. No, everybody that I know who pours clamps their molds. All right, so let's break out one of these new ones. All right, this is an old one. This was from United States of America. Don't need that one. All right, I got one new one. This one, I'm not exactly sure what it was, but that's a new mold. That's a 4-post. See the 4-post? But I got a brand new one sitting here, never been used. So let's bust that baby out. See what kind of shit we can get into. Alright, I need to turn this thing. So I need to turn the camera this way. Because these legs are freaking... I got it on a tripod, so I got like 3 legs that are underneath me. And I keep kicking them and everything else. So... Sublime, what's up? Welcome in, welcome in. Alright, we're going to do another mold. Oh, excuse me. We are always going to start with the flat base, the female end. We're always going to start with the female end. Now, what we need to decipher is what direction are we going to pour? Where's our spout coming in? Now maybe here? You don't want to do an eagle's head, because you're gonna screw it up. So my best guess is probably going to be here. Now the next question is it going to fit? If not, oh, that's not going to fit. I might have to get no, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to, I got to go out in the garage and get another mold. I have one, a wooden one I made for when I did Humble's shovels, the panning shovels, because this is going to be too small to fit in this properly, because I need to find, you could say this way, to where you can just come through this one wing, but that's a lot of freaking silver. You really need to come from the bottom. You need to come from the bottom of the world this way. That way you have a big open pour. Silver is going to flow in, and it's going to go out to all these little pieces. So mold, I don't believe is going to work, because I want it just like that, and it's not going to fit. So let's see what we got. Let's see what else we got going on. Well, I know I need another eagle. So I think it's for another time. maybe like I do that tomorrow morning before I pour. But I want to get I need to get more eagles and I need to get more pistols. So why don't we just do that? And I'll do the Marine Corps tomorrow. So I need two more of these at least. Actually, I need several more of those. So let's just start with another eagle. We'll start with another eagle. Put it in a little baggie.
Oh, the magic white powder.
See, she gets nice and coated. All right. Over the garbage can. I hope this one comes out as good as the freaking first one did. If it does, I'm going to be extremely happy. Alright, so now we gotta flip this baby over. We're gonna set the eagle down inside there. You know, because the last one I did it from the tip of the wing. I think I'm out of gloves. Or I got them out in the garage somewhere. I'm not seeing any on my desk. Which is okay. I'm not scared of getting my hands dirty, but I will be taking my ring off because it makes a mess. All right. Reach down in the bin. On the left-hand side, because that's all new dirt. Well, like I said, when I recycle my dirt, I put it on. I got a big bin on the floor. So my older dirt. Here, I'll show you. I got a big bin down there. Older dirt goes over on this side. New dirt stays over here. So I'm going to pack that in there. Nice. I'll just have to do a nice wash up on my hands afterwards. I mean, it comes off. I mean, it's oil. Dawn dish soap and oil work great together. It always comes off real quick. Alright, so now that I got that new stuff on the top, I'm going to use, like I said before, the older dirt. Pack it in there. I think this is going to be the last one of the night, as far as video goes, because I got Hamburger out there just screaming for my name. Alright, now I got a nice pile up there. I'm going to slide you over just a little bit, keep you in the picture. Alright, now we're going to do the CPR. Push everything in there nice and tight. Put the little pistol over there. Give her a nice roll. See, this is why I wear gloves. Oh, it looks like a little tiny piece of silver right there. Alrighty. Push this crap off to the side. Looking great, just like the other one. Let's see if she drops. Oh, she looks like she's locked in there a little bit more. Maybe we could just give her a little adjustment. Get some of that dirt off of her. There she goes. BEA beautiful. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Alright, so we got that baby there. Now we need to drop her back in. I'm going to hit her with my brush because it's already got, powder on it because I don't want her to stick in there. So we're going to hit her there. Drop her right back into the mold because we need to fill the other side with dirt. So we're going to go for the new stuff on this side. I already don't like this mold. It seems like it's rocking. Alright, now we're going to use the leftovers from before. Throw it back in there. And you can see how tight that gets. That's just from pinching it. So it packs in nice and tight. I'm still trying to remember the name of that other soil. There's Petrobon, and there's another one that jewelers use. It's a lot finer of a soil, for more like meticulous stuff. But I'm not doing jewelry here, so. Do CPR again. Breathe, baby. Breathe. I know I don't Want to die on me? Come on. I got you, honey. Stick your finger up in there. Pack it down nice. Don't get perverted on me. Now this side is just a flat side, so it doesn't really matter that much. Alright, still got you in frame. I know I'm knocking you around a little bit here. Just gonna go slow. I think we're in good shape. Now this is going to be the bottom flat piece, so there's not a whole lot of. See, look at that. Look at that. It's a freaking disaster. That's all right. All right. It should be the flat back. Oh my God, you know what I didn't do? I didn't hit it with the powder. Oh, did any of y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that? Might fuck up. So what we're going to do, I'm going to smooth that all out. Oh no, honey, you got to go back in there. What I did not do was powder in between my coats. See how that's all started to stick? See, this means Uncle Donnie's getting tired and he needs a hamburger. Because tomorrow's going to be another day. Alright, so get that done there. When I start skipping shit, it's time to quit. Oh, vents aren't even, emerald vents ain't even come into play yet. I totally screwed up by not putting powder on the back of my mold first before I connected the other side. I can pull this up without. All right. See, now I got a nice clean face again. And this is what I did not do. I needed to hit this first with the powder. It needs the powder. So I'm going to go over here to the garbage can. Because my room is screwed up enough as it is. All right. Now we got the powder. Now we can put the other piece on there. I'm gonna smooth that out real quick. So did anybody catch that? Or you just not paying attention? Y'all see my screw up? My big screw up. I ain't gonna go crazy with this because this is gonna be a flat back. I just want to make sure it's pushed down there tight for any of that stuff that I scraped off of there. Beautiful. Don't need to go any more crazier than that. Got the beautiful eagle. Wow. Another beautiful one. See how how that came apart now? Nice and smooth. See how it was a bit rugged when I pulled it off of there before? Because I put two pieces of raw Petrobond together and they started pulling off of each other. That's why you have to have your powder. You have to have your powder. So right now I'm set up nice. We're going to do the little vent off the wing where the sprue is going to be, where we're going to pour into. Shit, I'm going to need a freaking bath after this. It's been a great night though. Oh my God, I'm loving this night. Appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out. I'm trying to do my best with the feed, keeping up with your conversations and shit, but this stuff is kind of like, taking a little bit of my attention away, because this is something you really got to pay attention to. So I'm going to go nice and deep with that. I'm in the right, all right, you're seeing this good. See, I'm going to go nice and deep, because I got such a short spot. See, now I got that shit all over my fingers, and it's going to stick everywhere. So I can't touch it with my fingers. Gloves is a little different. So we're going to hit again. Push, 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 push. Don't pull, boom. Pull. I'm going to have a couple coming up, to let air out. No, they're all letting air out. But you got air that gets pushed down, and you got air that gets trapped and needs an escape on the top. Alright, so we got that. Let me find... You probably can't see it here, but I'm looking at where the wing is coming off right there. Bam. Now, like I said, this is just a flat side. So what happens on this side is not really too important, because it's going to get sanded down, cleaned off, filed, blah, blah, blah. It's the back half. So there we go. Uno mas. Think she's looking beautiful. Look at that detail. You gotta love it. When it looks like a picture looking at you, you know you got the mold right. It almost looks like 3D looking at you, doesn't it? That's the way it's supposed to look. But that's actually concave. It's a hole. See it? You know what I'm saying? Awesome. This has been a great night. I'm loving it. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 beautiful molds all set up. It is 2 hours and 38 minutes into this. Resin, oh, I appreciate you, man. Dirty hands make good work. What can I tell you? Dawn dish soap works great. All right, so I'm gonna hang out with you for a couple more minutes. I'm gonna have a smoke. I'm gonna finish my drink, and then I'm gonna call it a night. And I'm gonna go eat a hamburger because I'm fucking starving. I ain't eating all day. So I appreciate you all coming out here. All right, Jamie. Let's go check out your channel. Oh, you've been around for a while. Jamie, let's make you blue. All right, Jamie. Now you can go around and sub up everybody and make some friends, man. You don't have a whole lot of subscribers, but you probably don't care, just like me. Oh, cheers, everybody. Damn, that tastes good. It's going to taste really good with a hamburger. But this is good. I had a good time tonight. I appreciate y'all coming out. Oh, Jamie, don't worry about it. Just enjoy your channel and have your fun. You know, that's all I do. I'm not looking to get monetized. I'm not looking to freaking do anything special. I'm looking to just hang up here with my friends, pour some freaking silver, you know, have a good time. That's all I care about. Oh, shit. I just got dirt all in my freaking mouth. I wiped my mouth on my wrist. Oops. That was a freaking mistake. I'm gonna need a freaking shower after this one, let alone a good hand washing. Oh, now I taste dirt in my teeth. Son of a bitch. I'm chewing on sand. That made it better. Ellie. Are you just showing up now? Oh my goodness. See what I go through for you people. Oh my goodness. My floor is trashed. I got powder everywhere. But you know what? I sat in the AC. I didn't have to go out into the garage. Yeah, that's Bear. That's Four Loco, Fruit Punch, and Sprite. It's a pretty strong drink, so I always cut it with Sprite. I'm a sipper. I don't want to get trashed. You know, it happens occasionally. I ain't gonna lie, but it's a nice sipping drink. Yeah, this is like, oh shit, almost 3 hours. So let's do a recap. Let me get this Let me get some of this shit off my floor. I got my freaking bin here. Let me lock up my sand. Get the garbage can out of the way. Move over here. Alright, so let me get this under here. Pull these off of here. We got 1, 2. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to jack it around. Alright, we got 4 molds set up. It only took almost 3 hours. This is what I'm telling y'all. You know, this stuff is not, you know, this is not a wham bam thank you ma'am. This shit takes some time. Alright, door number 1. Right here. What do we have? We have the Colt given to me by Renee and me, John. Make sure it sits in there right. Okay. Door number 2. We have the Eagle. That's the top half. Well, the bottom half. Let me put this down so I can get my hand out of the light. Look at that. That's got some freaking great detail. It just popped out of there so perfect. Alright, careful, careful, careful. Door number 3. We have Iwo Jima. That's another piece that came out freaking sweet. That's going to be a nice pour. Get this on there right. And then we should have another Eagle here. Another beautiful one. I got so many people asking. Look at that. It looks like it's right there, doesn't it? But that's concave. That's how you know it's absolutely perfect. It looks like it's actually jumping out at you. Put it back together very carefully. So I got 4 set up for tomorrow. I have the day off. These will be poured tomorrow. And of course, I've got some, I need to do a couple more little previews. I need to do a couple more of those tomorrow. And I wanted to do this one tonight, but none of my molds are big enough. It's not gonna, I can fit it in there, but it's not gonna be the way I want to pour it. Because I need to be able to pour it from this angle, this way. And that's just, it's not gonna happen. So I gotta go out into the garage and grab the mold that he used to do Humble's the little painting shovels that he sent me to pour for him. So I gotta use those. I gotta use that mold because it's the only one that's gonna be big enough. But tomorrow's going to be a busy day. Oh, let me show you. I'm going to show you my babies. My babies are doing good. Take you off of here for a little bit. Let me unplug it. My little babies are doing good. That's one of my Venus flytraps right there. That's a pitcher plant. It's got these hollow tubes where something will crawl up inside there, fall down the tube, and get digested. And I have another big Venus plant right there. They're doing good. I still have to put them in their pots. I got 3 pots here ready to go. These are the original pots that they came in. But, I mean, they're looking awesome. They're eating good. I take care of my babies. I love my plants. That's my Christmas cactus. She's doing really good. That came from like 3 tiny little shoots that my sister sent me. You know, that was my mom's Christmas cactus. You know, she died back in 2001, and my sister sent me a couple clippings. Well, sent me home with a couple clippings of the plant, and that's what she's come up to now. She's doing great. She's even had flowers on her. But these are my babies. These are my new toys that I'm playing with. Look at that. Look at that. Rawr, rawr. One, just introduce you to my babies a little bit. I got a pretty good green thumb. You know, I've always been able to do, you know, gardening and stuff like that all the time. My dad was a big gardener, big hunter, big provider. You know, at least I sucked up some of it. All right, everybody. We are at 2:51. My hands are freaking disgusting. I appreciate y'all coming out, but it's time for Uncle Donnie to go have a hamburger. So I want you all to just, I appreciate y'all coming out and hanging out. You know, regular Metal Mob will be there next week. You know, Humble had a special little thing that he was doing with his daughters today. So he wasn't available, and I just said, well, you know what, I'll just do a live, and I'll fill the time up, and, you know, get some pours ready, and show everybody how it's done, because everybody's asking about it. All right, so y'all have a great night. Let me put my freaking rings back on. Appreciate y'all. Cartier Silver signing out. Oh, if I can turn my ring. Cartier Silver saying, y'all have a great night. I love y'all. I appreciate you for coming here. And I will see you tomorrow when I do my pours. All right. Peace out, everybody. See you.